Hi guys, Jasmo here and welcome to part 3 of our ED transition guide. In this chapter we're going through Act 3 and again we have few goals. In this act you're going to aim to fix your resistances, you're going to try to get a 4 link, and then you have like a kind of a fork in the road where you're going to decide which damaging skills you're going to use for Act 3, 4 and 5, because you have a choice between at level 28 going for the Pyroclast Mine or sticking with Orb of Storms and 4-linking your Orb of Storms, potentially adding something like Ball Lightning and on top of that a Lightning Spire Trap. So multiple choices here. I personally think the easiest way to do it is the Pyroclast Mine, and it definitely is good enough in terms of single target you 4-link that Pyroclast Mine with Elemental Focus, with Trap and Mine damage, and then with Controlled Destruction or added Lightning, or even Concentrated Effect, which is what I was testing in this run. But actually I think Concentrated Effect is the higher damage, but in practice actually it isn't, because you need to have the monster definitely stationary, because once they walk, it's so much easier to walk out of that. Like walking out of a Pyroclast Mine is easy enough as it is without concentrated effect. So I think I don't recommend it. It's good that I tested it here. So instead of that, go Controlled Distraction or Added Lightning as your 4th link. You wanna get that as like in your chest piece or gloves or helmet, wherever you can find it, and that's basically all you have to worry about if you go this route. The other way is to link your Orb of Storms with Controlled Destruction, Added Lightning, and then Onslaught, or you can use also Added Cold, Lesser Poison if you have another source of Onslaught, but Orb of Storms with Onslaught, with Controlled Destruction, or with Elemental Focus and Added Lightning, something like that. Whichever links you have, all of those will work pretty well. But Onslaught is like the main thing that you want, and then Lightning Spire Trap, which you can get also at level 28, and Lightning Spire Trap you want to link with Elemental Focus and Added Lightning or Controlled Destruction as well. Also you can use Trap and Mine damage in that link as well. So this is the setup that you're gonna go, and on top of that you could also add Ball Lightning. If you add Ball Lightning to Orb of Storms, you also want to make sure that that you're going to be shocking with one of those skills and getting Onslaught with the other. That's a little bit more of a more complicated setup, and you probably are not going to find enough 4 links and enough links in general to make good use of that. And anyway, at the end of Act 5, beginning of Act 6, you're going to switch out of it, so it's probably not worth the hassle and like the time of waiting and looking for links and so on. We're doing all of the trials here. This act is also where you want to make sure that you're trying to fix your resistances. Get a double 2-stone ring if you can, if you have the currency for it. I have tons of scrolls because I found artisans strong boxes, so you want to make sure that you get 2-stone rings, and then if you have spare essences or spare alchemy orbs, that's a good thing to spend them on, because you want to make sure that you also get empty suffixes on them, so you can craft extra resistances, and that will carry you for majority of the game. That's the easiest way to fix your resistances, by focusing on those rings. And then basically you get them by either finding them or looking in the vendor for decent rerolled ones like 15 or 16%. You want to be in docks when you are around level like minimum 24. A good level to go is like 25, which is where I am at, and that way you can go straight to, like, through the battlefront. You pick up the waypoint, you pick up the item, you go straight up to the docks, and then you're gonna go back to the waypoint and go to Solaris, and you don't have to backtrack, go back and forth or anything like that. It's a very quick and easy way to sequence this act. Look out, like, I usually tend to go up in docks, like up to the left, because a lot of the time it's possible to skip a bunch of it if you're high enough on XP with a smoke mine, so you can also look out for that. And then we just go to Solaris. Solaris also, in Solaris 2 there is a nice skip. When you enter Solaris 2 you want to stick to the left bottom side. If the instance is going to the bottom right, you want to stick to the bottom left, and you might find the skip there. In this run, I don't have any skips for this, so the only skip you're seeing is gonna be like the sewers skip. So yeah, this Solaris, like this is, you can see I'm sticking to the bottom left, but the instance actually goes to the top left, so that means there is not going to be a skip here. In terms of passive tree, you can still follow that in POB. POB has multiple stages of the passive tree there. If you look at if you click on the manage trees, you can select different trees, and you'll see that right now we're picking generic damage over time, and that is helping our skills. You can see I'm crafting my resists now on the ones. The resist I crafted now is fire, because I'm just about to fight Gravicious, and my fire is sacked, and now I pick up a 4-link. So this is amazing. The 4-link is gonna help me immensely, and I have I think I picked up another transmute or something. Oh, I forgot the wand. This is what I did. I actually crafted another wand, and then I forgot it, and I'm like looking at my character, what's going on. At some point, I think I'm not sure if I have the wand now or not, but at some point I forgot the wand in the crafting bench actually. But yeah, for Gravicious, you want fire res. If I didn't craft fire res on a wand, I would have died to this, because I was trying to go really fast and not pay attention like to dodging everything. I just wanted to blast him. So fire res definitely required for Gravicious. That's what you want to fix. And then before Piety, you want to also fix your lightning res, and that will also come handy for the Dominus fight, because if you have enough lightning res, let's say around like 70, then you're basically able to tank his lightning beam, and that helps you out because you don't have to dodge. You can just do the fight much quicker. So we're gonna craft something on this, actually extra lightning res on the chest armor, so that's great. And I'm also picking up gems for the lightning spire trap, and I am testing the concentrated effect, but I think controlled destruction, elemental focus, or added lightning elemental focus are a much better choice for that. And when I hit level 28, then I'm gonna be able to do that, to go with the Pyroclast Mine. And I usually aim to have level 28 right as I'm approaching Piety, so I'm like, it's like a race to get just enough XP to get level 28 for Piety, and that makes the fight much easier. And as you can see, I just hit level 28, so I pick up the put on the chest, and I can start doing a lot of damage. And even some tougher packs that have like rare monsters, you can still drop Pyroclast Mine on that. It's going to do a lot of damage, and it's going to help your clear speed as well. Pyroclast Mine is a very solid skill, just has a lot of single target damage. But the annoying thing is when bosses run around. In this particular run, bosses actually ran so much from me that I was getting annoyed and like considering switching away from Pyroclast Mine to the other setup, because it was so annoying. But it's like the lazy way to do it that also saves you time, because you don't have to worry about another setup taking way too long time in this Lunaris. As you can see, blue pack, I toss a couple of Pyroclast Mines and it just destroys the blue pack. Picked up a lot of damage. This was nasty. I was constantly jumping from one pack of the miscreations to another, because they had it in their mind to just kill me, and they were setting up ambushes everywhere, and I was like panicking and running around on 10% HP. But I just decided, fuck it, I'm not stopping, I'm just going forward. And luckily I survived. I got chest armor, so I'm putting on MTX right now. But later I noticed that it actually made the game like made me lose some FPS, which was really annoying. So yeah, definitely if you don't want to lose any FPS, play without MTX, because it does affect it. So now we're getting ready to fight Dominus. We're picking up a bunch of health, 678 health, still pretty low. Trickster does get pretty low health, so you do have to be careful and pick up some evasion gear so that you don't get blasted. That's a 2-stone ring. We are skipping library. We don't need anything from library in this run, and it saves us a bunch of time. just want to pick up the trial and then go straight to the Dominus. And of course, skip the Fairgraves quest. The Fairgraves quest is such a long and useless quest. It's really never worth doing. So just go straight to the Dominus. Yeah, so at this point, you either go with the Pyroclast Mine, right? And this is gonna be perfectly fine. Or you go with the stronger Orb of Storms, plus the Lightning Spire Trap, plus additionally you could potentially add the Ball Lightning, but you need the right links for that, and you need a whole setup, which takes more time to do than this setup, which is just simply one extra 4 link that we're gonna ditch in a couple of acts. Where am I going down? I think I'm going down for the big life, for the 6%, 10%, 6%, or it's like 686. The one that has like an awkward pathing, but it's still just 2 points to get to it. And it's a lot of health, and since we don't want to invest yet into chaos damage over time, then that's what we're picking up, right? Before we are switching, we're just gonna do that. And then I think you get 8 regrets points by the end of Act 5, like beginning of Act 6. 8 regret points is pretty much enough to switch most of the way out of all the elemental damage. I think you need like 10 to fully switch. So you do another quest later on and you're fully out of those nodes that you don't need. So it's a very, very smooth transition. It doesn't require much time. You just naturally get the enough regrets to switch out of that. Almost at the Dominus fight. So basically try to not die, try to stack. Usually you want to stack on the left side. You want to stack mines in here. These guys are the priority to kill early on, and that's it. That's Act 2. It's a very simple setup because you just need the Pyroclast Mine that's gonna keep you going until the end of Act 5. And hopefully this has been helpful. Next video we're gonna go over the Act 4 and how to actually fix your resistances. There's gonna be, I think, a lot of crafting where I cap my resistances for the rest of the first half of the story, and that's gonna be the focus there. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.